Hi everyone, I thought I'd give you a quick demo in layers and layer masks in Photoshop. I have a document open right now and the background is a white background. I'm going to add a new layer, empty layer. You can tell that it's transparent and it's empty because of the checkerboard. I'm going to pick a color over here. Let me go to my swatches panel and we'll pick a blue. So now the foreground color is blue. And I'm going to press Shift and Delete and fill this layer with the foreground color, which is blue. Now with that layer filled with color, I can add a layer mask, and that's down here. This is this icon in the layers palette. If I just click it once, you can see that the layer mask comes in and it's white. When the layer mask is white, then it's a revealing layer mask. If I invert the color, Command I, so that turns it to black. Now the black is hiding the blue and I'm seeing through to the white. So you have to think of the layers in Photoshop as from the top down. So what's on the top is going to be visible before what's in the background. If I want to delete a layer, a layer mask, I can just simply click on it and drag it to the trash. Now with that layer mask on, I can see the full layer, which is blue. One thing about making masks is if you make a selection, I'll make a selection here using the elliptical marquee tool. I'll press Shift to constrain it to a perfect circle. If I make a selection, I can do a quick selection or anything at all that gives me the dancing ants. Prior to creating the mask, when I click the Create Mask icon, what happens is that the area that is selected will end up being visible. In this case, it's white on the mask, and where it's black is hiding it. The whole layer, the blue here, hasn't gone anywhere. It's just being hidden with the mask. There's a saying with masks: black conceals and white reveals. The other thing about masks, and let me remove this mask away, is if I choose, say, a gradient, the mask doesn't understand any color. It only understands black or white. So if I create a layer mask here, I'm just going to click on this icon, and I have an empty layer mask here. If I click on a gradient tool, and I choose the gradient up here, black to white. Let me just highlight this for you. That's the gradient. Up here, here's the gradient tool in the toolbar. And there is the gradient there. If I highlight the mask, you can select one or the other. The image area, now you can see it's bounded by this border. If I highlight and click on the mask, and then using the gradient tool, press the Shift key to constrain it to a perfect line. What you see here in the mask is where it's black, I'm seeing through to the white background right here. Where it's white or fully visible, I'm seeing the blue of this particular layer. The thing you have to remember is that the mask is affecting the layer that it's on, and you can see through the mask where it's white. So I have a picture here which is open, this image of flowers here, and I'll just demonstrate how we can use masks to add elements. I'm going to duplicate this layer, Command J, and I'm going to move this foreground layer. I'm going to move it so that the flower appears up here, and then I'm going to add a hiding layer mask. I'm going to press Option while I click on the Create New Layer Mask icon, and it's a concealing layer mask. Now when I take a paintbrush, and if I choose white as my color, I'll flip the colors here. You can use the X key to flip the colors. And if I take a brush, make my brush larger, and soften the edges, and if I paint in the mask with white, I can reveal what's on that layer. In this case, it's that flower there, and I can show this flower here. If I press the Option key while I click on the thumbnail of the layer mask, I can see the mask by itself, and it's just a grayscale mask. Press that Option key again, and I hide it. If I target and highlight the image area, and then use my Move tool, I can move these elements around. In fact, what I'm doing is I'm moving the image plus the mask. They're locked together, and so you can move them around. If I click on this icon right here between the mask and the image, and I toggle the image, I can move it around, and you can see that the mask stays in place. It doesn't move, but I'm moving the background. I'm moving the image area, and what I'm doing is obviously I'm changing the position of the various elements in the background. So that should give you just a very brief introduction in terms of masking.